to the Talent Optimization Podcast, the go-to podcast for CEOs and HR professionals wanting to bridge the gap between the strategy and tactical implementation of talent optimization within their organizations. Through interviews, predictive index, and personal experience, your host, Traci Scherck, helps you discover the facets of talent optimization from both a CEO and HR perspective to truly create the dream team for your organization. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Happy 2023. We are thrilled that you are with us again for another year as we chat about how we elevate our people inside of our organizations. And guess what? That always starts with ourselves. So with that, my name is Traci Scherck, and I'm the Chief Talent Officer here at Elevated Talent Consulting. And as we talk about mentoring in January, so much of mentoring another starts with mentoring yourself. And what is that about you specifically that needs that mentoring? As I'm putting together the final touches on our Inspire program, which will launch in February, and our waitlist for that is open. So if you're interested, you can find that in our show notes. But as I'm doing that, one of the things I was really looking at is trust, because everything comes back to trust. And guess what? No one else can trust you unless you trust yourself first. So I am so curious. I would love for you to think about, do I trust myself, right? Do I trust myself to accomplish this goal? Do I trust myself to get X, Y, or Z done? Do I trust myself to take this leap, whether it is a career leap in 2023, whether it is a personal leap to do something that you've always wanted to do yet never have? Maybe it is a trip. Maybe it is trying something out like stained glass. Whatever that is, do you trust yourself to be able to do that thing and be fulfilled in it? Right? So often, I think, at least for me, we do things because we think we need to for someone else. But yet, at the end of the day, if we're not fulfilled in what we're doing, it's not going to come across in a way that helps anyone else, right? So what is that thing that really lights you up, that drives you? And what I love about this question is that it changes so much throughout our lives, right? And the seasons that we are in. And you know what? There was a time in my life where certifications were incredibly important, or a specific title was incredibly important, or something with my kids was incredibly important. And it's prioritizing what those key things are and making sure that what is important is truly what is driving us. And if that's not aligned to where you are at work, then guess what? It may be time to take a step back and say, what is it that I really want and how do I get there? So with that, we do have a career goal setting workshop. I can have a link in the show notes for that. We don't charge for it because it's our give back to say, I am so curious about what would make your career and your job incredibly meaningful for you in 2023. So check that out. Go ahead and take it. Reach out to us if you have questions about that. And I just really want you to think, how are you mentoring others and how are you being that mentor for yourself or that leader for yourself? So with that, this is a very short podcast for this year, but we really just wanted to say congratulations for being here. Yes, being here right now, sometimes in and of itself can be the only thing that you need, right? And in and of itself, that is an accomplishment. And so often as mentors, we have to do that for others, is say, hey, you showed up today. You know what? We'll work on where to go next. But for right now, you showed up today. And sometimes that is the only thing that matters because we never know what else is going on in someone's life or what else is on their plate. And knowing what that is and then figuring out what drives them and helping them to reach that, that's key. So take a look at the career goal setting that is in the show notes. Go ahead and take that. If there are questions on it, you know how to find us. And we cannot wait to journey with you in 2023 as you yourself grow as leaders and as you grow with others inside your organization. And as we end all these episodes, a key takeaway for executives listening in is just take a step back and reflect. Who are you mentoring in your organization? And how are you mentoring them? And do you have that mentor that you need to be the best leader that you can possibly be? And for HR professionals, sometimes you need to take a beat and say, yep, I've got my mentor, or nope, I need one. And have we set the container for our staff to be successful by providing the mentors for them? So with that, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you an amazing kickoff to 2023, and we will chat with you again next week as we talk about mentoring and bring in some amazing guests. Next week, we have a client coming in that'll be chatting with us about her experience stepping into HR and how she has built an HR department from the ground up in a startup organization. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Talent Optimization Podcast. You'll find more tools and resources for CEOs and HR professionals looking to bridge the strategies versus implementation gap of talent optimization at elevatedtalentconsulting.com. We've also created a free, valuable resource for you to begin bridging the gap called the Talent Optimization Foundation Membership Program. You can access it for free at elevatedtalentconsulting.com/foundation. Be sure to tune in next week for another episode to learn more about talent optimization and creating a dream team for your organization.